No debates, no drama. Get ready for some fun and join us now for the free in Fredonia Show.
Dirty, sniveling cowards. You couldn't catch nobody but a poor old man and a defenseless woman.
Well, if you didn't go around behaving like a saber-toothed tiger, you wouldn't be in a cage.
Well, I want my husband.
So do we, and we'll get him. What you got me back in here for? Defying authorized authority, seditious utterances, and inciting a riot. Ain't you overlooked disobeying curfew and playing in the streets? You confessing that? Yeah. No!
You big old...
Here's your host, Gary SannaBlue Baker.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Free in Fredonia Show. Thank you so much for joining me. We're going to be playing some trivia here in a minute. I'm Gary Baker. We're going to be trying some new things on this show. So we're going to have a few more questions in the trivia, and there's a few other surprises I'm going to throw on you. But first of all, let's have a word for the day.
So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Isaiah 41:10. You can face any fear with confidence because God himself upholds and strengthens you.
All right, everybody. I want to make sure you can hear me. It looks like I'm having some microphone problems. So we're going to be playing some trivia, and the subject today is movies. We're going to test your knowledge on movies. Got some questions. It'd be a good opportunity for you to share with all your friends, neighbors, and families, and invite them to play along with us. And so go ahead and do that. I'm going to get Gloria to tell you how to play the trivia game here. Gloria?
Welcome to the Free in Fredonia Show. It's going to be lots of fun with interesting trivia questions on a variety of subjects. The way you play is the question will be posted on screen with 4 possible answers. You'll have 10 seconds after the question is read to choose the answer you think is correct and type in the correlating number in the comment section. After you post your choice, give Gary a few seconds to tabulate the answers, and the correct response will be noted before advancing to the next question. The high scoring winner gets bragging rights and will be posted after the show. Good luck. Now here's Gary.
All right, here we go. Give you a few more seconds to give you a chance to share with everybody and ask them if they want to play. It looks like my microphone is working now. If you can't hear me, just comment in the section. Just put the answer to the there's going to be 4 answers, and choose which one you want and put the correlating number in the comment section. You make any kind of comment you want, and here we go. First question. Which film won the Academy Award for Best Picture in 1994? The Shawshank Redemption, Pulp Fiction, 4 Weddings and a Funeral, Forrest Gump. Which film won the Academy Award for Best Picture in 1994? I'm sure all of y'all remember 1994. Thank you for joining us to play this game. Here we go. Let's see. Which film won the Academy Award for Best Picture in 1994? Welcome, Tom. Let's make sure this machine is working properly. Forrest Gump. Looks like a couple of you got it right. Here we go. Next question. Who played the role of Jack Dawson in Titanic, 1997? Was it Matt Damon, Leonardo DiCaprio, Johnny Depp, or Brad Pitt? Just pick your answer and put it in the comment section, the correlating number to the answer that you choose. Got a few seconds here. Who played the role of Jack Dawson in Titanic? We'll let the machine tabulate the answers. Takes a few seconds here. Better hurry. There we go. Leonardo DiCaprio. Some of you got it right. Some of you didn't. Next question. In which movie does the character Tyler Durden appear? Seven, Memento, Fight Club, American Beauty. I don't know if you remember this or not. This is kind of a hard one. Which movie does the character Tyler Durden appear? Make your guess. Put it in the comment section. And here we go with the answer. I don't know if you remember that one or not. The Fight Club. Stephanie got it right. Let me pause just a second. You know, I've been talking about Camp Rainbow, and some of y'all might know what Camp Rainbow is here locally. And it's a camp for special kids. And there's a lot of people do a lot of good work in raising money for these kids. And I have got some interviews that I did several years ago. Some of these people that are no longer with us, but I've rediscovered these interviews, and I want to share them with you because I really would like people to support this endeavor. So let's take a look back, take just a few seconds, and see what was going on.
My name is Hubert Bowman. I'm from Clarksville, Tennessee. And I've been involved with Camp Rainbow since the beginning. I have missed 4 days out of, this is the 23rd year. I started out as a counselor and was a counselor for several years, and then started working at the dock and worked there several years, then worked in Pinewood Derby cars for 2 or 3 years. Now I've been back at the dock 2 or 3 years, so I've got a little over 22 years in here. And I got involved because of Alan and Dean Hall. They asked me to come down the first year, and we only had 14 children that year. And everybody did everything at the same time. We all walked the pawpaw path, or we went swimming, or we went fishing, or we worked in crafts. But as we added more children and more staff, we expanded, and each child got to do what they wanted to then, and tried to match the counselors with the child. If a child liked to fish, we'd like to hook them up with a fisherman. If they'd like to swim, we'd like to hook them up with a swimmer. And it's great to see the expression and joy on the children's faces. I think it gives the children a good break, and I think it also gives their parents a good break.
And we want to thank all the volunteers at Camp Rainbow, especially the bikers who care. They do a lot of work to raise money, and we want to say thank you. All right, let's get back to the game. Here we go. Next question. What is the name of the fictional African country in Black Panther? Excuse me. Zamunda, Wakanda, Latveria, or Genosha? This is a hard one. What is the name of the fictional African country in Black Panther? Put your answer there in the comment section. And we'll let the machine tell us the correct answer here. Once again, thank you all for playing. I appreciate it. Excuse me again. Here we go. Computing the answers. Wakanda was the correct answer. Way to go, Stephanie. You got the right answer. That was a hard one. Next question. Which director is known for the Before trilogy starring Ethan Hawke? Was it Richard Linklater, Quentin Tarantino, David Fincher, or Christopher Nolan? Don't have a clue on this one. Which director is known for the Before trilogy starring Ethan Hawke? Put your answers in there. Here we go. Which director? I didn't know this one myself. Richard Linklater. Looks like nobody got that one. Next question. Which animated movie features a song called Let It Go? Was it Tangled, Mona, Frozen, or Brave? Which animated movie features a song called Let It Go? Put your answer there in the comment section. And there's my sweet cousin, Jean. She's joined us. Thank you, Jean, for playing. Here we go. Frozen. Some of you got it right. Some of you got it wrong. Let me pause the game here for just a second. Let's look at the leaderboard and see how y'all are doing. There we go. Stephanie, you look like you're in the lead. All right. Back to the game. The next question coming up here. We're moving right along. I see dead people is a famous line from which movie? The Sixth Sense, The Others, Poltergeist, or Insidious? I see dead people. You can't hear me? Okay. Let's see if I can fix that. I'll turn up my volume here. I see dead people. It's a famous line from which movie? That was a good movie. I remember that one. The Sixth Sense. The Sixth Sense. Next question. Excuse me. Which actor portrayed the Joker in The Dark Knight? 2008. Was it Joaquin Phoenix, Jared Leto, Jack Nicholson, or Heath Ledger? Which actor portrayed the Joker in The Dark Knight? Put your answer in the comment section there. Here we go. Which actor portrayed the Joker in The Dark Knight? 2008. A few years ago. Let the machine. Was Mr. Heath Ledger, the late Heath Ledger, played the Joker. Next question. Rosebud is a key word in which classic film? Was it Vertigo, Gone with the Wind, Citizen Kane, or Casablanca? Rosebud is a key word in which classic film? One of the greatest films ever made. Put your answer in there. Here we go. Rosebud is a key word in which classic film? I think that was the last line in that movie. Was Rosebud. Here we go with the answer. Citizen Kane. Great movie. If you haven't seen it, you need to check it out. Excuse me again. Having throat problems. Next question. Life Finds a Way is a quote from which blockbuster movie? Was it Jurassic Park, Interstellar, Independence Day, Avatar. Life Finds a Way is a quote from which blockbuster movie? And put your answer in the comment section there. Everybody's really doing pretty good. And let's see what that answer is. I think I remember that one. Here we go. Should pop up any minute. Jurassic Park. Way to go, Pollyanna. You got one. Okay. Next question. There's no place like home is a famous quote from what film? The Wizard of Oz, Sleeping Beauty, Mary Poppins, or Cinderella? There's no place like home is a famous quote from what film? Y'all answer. You got a few seconds to answer there. Excuse me again. Here we go. Computing answers. All of y'all should get this one. There we go. Wizard of Oz. Everybody's batting 1,000 there. Way to go. All right, here we go with the last question. Why So Serious is a quote by which iconic movie character? Voldemort, the Joker, Hannibal Lecter, or Darth Vader? Why So Serious is a quote by which iconic movie character? Not sure about this one. Why So Serious? That might give it away. And here we go. Why So Serious? The Joker. Nobody got it. Nobody got it. We're going to go to the leaderboard, see who won this game. It's hard for me to see, but it looked like Miss Stephanie came in number 1. Pollyanna, you came in 2. Gene came in 3. That's pretty cool. Like I said, thanks again for playing, and we're gonna come up with more questions and different topics in the future. I'm still working on some new things, like I said, for the show to try to make it as entertaining and as interesting as possible. And this is one of the things that I've come up with, and I'm going to end the show with this. And everybody loves a good story. So stay with me and watch this, and I'll see you next time here on the Free and Fredonia Show. In the chaos of war-torn France in 1944, there was a chaplain by the name of David Harris. And this chaplain, he didn't carry a weapon. He only had a worn Bible, and he had a quiet strength about him that would always steady the men around him. And he'd move through the trenches and the foxholes, and he'd pray with the young men. And he always had a listening ear to the soldiers. And they were far too young to be seeing what all of them saw. And one night during a brutal shelling, a young soldier by the name of Miller got hit. And he lay there and he was crying out for his mother, and he was trembling, and he grabbed Chaplain Harris's coat. He said, "I'm scared. I don't want to die alone." The chaplain says, "You're not alone." And he kneeled down beside him and held his hand. He opened up his Bible to Psalm 23, and he read it out loud. And his voice was calm, had a calming effect against the thunder of war. And when he reached to the part, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death," this young boy's breathing kind of slowed, and he looked up. There was a tear running down his face, and he said, "You sound just like home." And then he was gone. And after the war, Chaplain Harris returned home, and he placed Miller's name in the back of the same Bible alongside dozens of others. At his own funeral years later, that Bible was placed on the casket. And inside, someone had written on the final page, "He never carried a gun, but he carried us all." And you know, courage isn't always loud. Sometimes it kneels beside the broken, and it speaks with faith in the darkness, and it holds a hand when hope is fading. In a world at war, Chaplain Harris, he didn't fight with bullets, but he fought with love. That made all the difference. So remember, wherever you go, take love with you. Y'all take care.